Personal finance is 80% behavior. It's only 20% head knowledge. The knowledge, the details of what you need to do to become wealthy and handle money well are not rocket science.
Let me ask you a question. Are you working harder than ever, putting in the hours, doing everything they told you to do, but still feel like you're on a treadmill, going nowhere? Do you ever look at your bank account at the end of the month and wonder where it all went? You've been told a story. The story says the system is rigged. It says your boss doesn't pay you enough. It says the economy is bad. It's a story of excuses, and it's the most comfortable, most popular lie in the world because it means none of this is your fault. But what if it is? That's the core of Dave Ramsey's entire philosophy. He doesn't offer sympathy. He offers a mirror. And today, we're going to look in that mirror and face the 3 harshest truths he teaches. The truths that most people can't handle. These aren't tips. These are ultimatums. First, we're going to expose why your income is not your real problem. Second, we'll confront how the people you love most might be sabotaging your success. And finally, we'll destroy the one word that guarantees you will stay broke forever. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start making progress, you're in the right place. Harsh Truths 1. Your income is not the problem. Your behavior is. Let's start with the one nobody wants to hear. You don't have an income problem. You have a behavior problem. It's the first thing everyone says. If I just made more money, all my problems would disappear. That is a lie. Getting a raise when you have destructive financial habits is like giving a drunk a bigger bottle. It doesn't solve the problem, it amplifies it. Your behavior, your habits, your choices, that is the engine of your financial life. Your income is just the gas. Think of your finances like a bucket. Your income is the water you pour into it. Your spending habits, your lack of a budget, your impulse buys, those are holes in the bucket. You can get a fire hose of an income, but if your bucket is full of holes, it will always be empty. Successful people don't have bigger buckets. They have fewer leaks. You have to fix the holes first. Take a guy like Kevin. He's 30, works in IT, and for years he was convinced his $70,000 salary was holding him back. He finally gets a huge promotion, a jump to $90,000. He thinks, this is it. I've made it. 6 months later, he's more stressed about money than ever before. Why? Because the $70K Kevin leased a Honda. The $90K Kevin leased an Audi. The $70K Kevin lived in a decent apartment. The $90K Kevin moved into a nicer one with a pool. The extra $20,000 didn't go toward debt or investments. It was absorbed instantly by lifestyle inflation. His moment of truth came when his car needed new tires, and he didn't have the $800 in cash to cover it. He was making almost 6 figures, and he was still one minor emergency away from a credit card crisis. The income had changed, but the man had not. Stop praying for a bigger shovel and start fixing the hole in your pocket. Harsh Truth or 2. Your friends are keeping you broke. This one is going to sting. The people you hang out with, the people you call your friends, might be the anchor holding you down. Your financial reality is a direct reflection of the people you spend the most time with. Your circle defines your normal. If their normal is $700 car payments, weekend trips they can't afford, and complaining about being broke while holding a $7 coffee, that will become your normal. You will subconsciously sabotage your own goals to fit in with the group. It's the crab bucket phenomenon. When you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, as soon as one starts to climb out and get to freedom, the others will reach up and pull it back down. When you decide to change your life, when you say no to the expensive dinner, when you start driving a beater car to pay off debt, when you turn down the vacation, your friends will be the crabs. They'll say, come on, live a little, or don't be so cheap. They're not evil. They're just pulling you back to their level of comfort. Think about Brian, a 35-year-old dad who finally gets fed up. He and his wife get on a written budget. He starts packing his lunch for work and says no to the daily 15 takeout with his coworkers. The reaction is immediate. What, is everything okay at home, man? Dude, you're no fun anymore. He feels isolated. He feels weird. The pressure to conform is intense. His moment of clarity happened on a Friday. His richest friend, the one with the brand new truck, casually mocked Brian's peanut butter sandwich. Later that afternoon, that same friend quietly texted Brian asking if he could borrow $200 to cover his electric bill until payday. It was all a facade. They were all just crabs, and he was the only one trying to climb out. You have to be more afraid of a life of mediocrity than you are of a few awkward conversations. Harsh truths 3. Someday is a euphemism for never. This is the final, most brutal truth. Your gentle desire to change your life is worthless. Someday, I'll get on a budget. Someday, I'll start investing. Someday, I'll pay off that credit card. Someday is a dream killer. It's the word you use to give yourself permission to fail. Financial change doesn't happen with passive interest. It happens with violent, immediate, desperate action. You have to get so angry, so disgusted with your current situation that you attack the problem with everything you have. If your house was on fire, you wouldn't say, "I should probably look into some escape routes someday." No, you would be in a state of primal panic. You'd scream, you'd grab your family, you'd break windows, you'd do whatever it takes right now. Your debt is your house on fire. It is quietly burning down your family's future every single day. You need to treat it with the same life or death urgency. Meet James. For his entire adult life, he's been saying someday. At 30, he said someday he'd start a 401k. At 35, he said someday he'd pay off his student loans. Now he's 42. His daughter is a sophomore in high school and just started talking about college. She mentioned her dream school, and James felt a cold wave of panic and shame wash over him. He had nothing saved. 10 years of some days had amounted to a decade of inaction. The pain of facing his daughter's potential future, limited by his passivity, was finally worse than the pain of taking action. That night, there was no someday. He and his wife stayed up until 2 a.m. They cut up their credit cards, wrote out their first real budget, and made a plan. The fire was finally real to him. Stop waiting for a moment of inspiration and start moving from a place of desperation. So what now? We've looked in the mirror. We face the truth that it's your behavior, not your paycheck, that controls your destiny. We saw how your social circle can either build you up or pull you back down, and we declared war on the word someday. These truths feel harsh because they remove every last one of your excuses. But that's where the power is. If it's your behavior, you can change it. If it's your circle, you can influence it. If it's your circle, you can influence it. If it's your inaction, you can choose to act. As of this second, you are in complete control.